Do they see my... how much of me do they see?
Are we starting?
Yes.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody. We've got here the beautiful maestro.
Wow.
You know what? I was going to learn how you say my name is Mima, Moyo, but then I was like, you know what? Why? I was like, you know what? Let Mima do the intro. Because I want to hear it. Because I've always been interested. I feel like you keep adding more things to your repertoire. So introduce yourself, Mima.
Okay.
Like, well, you're you know,
the full thing.
The full thing, yeah.
Ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. That's Mima, aka your auntie's favorite auntie, the biggest burger you're finna meet, otherwise known as Moyo, Dewa, Usai, Balanda, Tina Skezno Tago, Abanye Begeza Ngamanzi, your radio sister, but you can just call me Mima.
Hi, Mima. Oh, I am so excited to have you because
you're kind.
Mima, I don't know how many months we've been.
This has probably been a year in the making.
I'm like, Mima, I'll
come through. I'm not in the country. Yeah.
But obviously, Mima is a busy girl boss. You know. Mima is busy. And then Mima finally was like, I've got this window. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
You're flattering me.
I'll take it.
You are absolutely flattering me.
No, I'm not flattering you. And I don't know. Well, you know, there's some people who started listening to Chat with Nat like more recently. But people who've been with me like from day one will remember that Mima is a returning guest. And actually, fun fact, Mima was the first person to record a Chat with Nat episode with me.
Shut up.
Okay, so yeah, because don't you remember? So basically, you came.
Was that season 2?
No.
Was that the very first?
It was the first recording I ever did of this concept Chat with Nat. And I say to you, because at the time, you gracefully came on when I was still doing Getting Sky. Yeah. And we did it was supposed to be like a Christmas episode, right?
And it was.
And then I say to you, I was like, oh, okay, if it's okay, basically I'm going to start a new thing.
Oh,
and
my goodness,
you know,
Natasha.
can we pre-record?
Yeah.
And so we recorded like the Girl in Skies.
Yes.
And then you were like, yeah, fine, yeah, we can do it. I was like, oh, okay. So
I remember.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, explaining that I'm gonna be experimenting, doing going on my own. It wasn't like public knowledge then. And then we recorded, and I love that episode so much. And actually, I don't know if you remember.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, because we started off like we prayed.
We did.
Do you remember?
We did.
And we're with Brent, because I was like, this is a
Hello,
new...
Brent.
This is a new venture. Yeah. I was like, this is a new venture.
Hello, Brent.
And then we prayed, and I was like, oh, thank you. Because you know what it is? When anyone comes, and I know maybe, you know, you've experienced this with your platform. When anyone takes the time to come to record or do anything on your platform, it's like... Thank you. You know, because people don't have to, you know, like paying people. I mean, my budget is not there. But... You know, and you know, like sometimes you're like, yeah, it's cool, but it's a different, say, if, I don't know, if, which I don't watch TV. I don't know what the popular shows are in the UK, right? Like the morning show, whatever, or Loose Women, or it's different if they invited someone, because you'd be like, oh my God, people, numbers, whatever. So for me, the fact that you came on, and again, we didn't even know what it was going to what I was going on about. I mean, I still don't know, but
we're here. I will always say yes to you, Natasha. I will always say yes to Mafuyane, because it's so easy, but I also think, not even I think, I know that not only I, but a number of us look up to you, as well as Usistoli, you know, for all of the work that you do and did, and being two Black women, two African women, two Southern African women, two Zimbabwean women, to just stand in their truth, in their boldness, in their power. And there is no Mima's Music Mondays without people like yourself, and it just doesn't exist. So I always say yes to you because you're a mummy, you're my mum, you're my big sister. So it's I don't take things for granted. I don't take you for granted. And I guess since we're getting all of the lovely things out of the way, you know, you serve as one of the loudest voices in terms of encouragement and saying this is where you're going to be and this is who you're going to be. Not to say that you're telling me who I am, but more so, how can I say, more so saying that the heights that I want and desire, I am going to reach them, if not surpass them. And so it's always a pleasure to be in this space with you. I hope that my schedule will be a lot more accommodating to chat with Nat, because there are, I was saying to our lovely producer, I believe a lot of podcast mics should be banned. I was saying to our lovely producer, I believe a lot of podcast mics should be banned. And it's yours and Abantu, which is Sharice's, that I do. That doesn't mean I won't do any more in the future. But, you know, and I can't just talk to anybody. We need to be selective.
Exactly.
Sing and get nonsense scene.
Exactly.
Can I say it like that?
Exactly.
Don't get in nonsense, you know? But I'm always here for you, man. Like,
no.
Don't thank me. It's weird. Don't do that.
Listen.
I appreciate you the same way you appreciate me. So.
No. I thank you. So I'm so excited. So we're gonna get into. But I do have to apologize to people because I just went AWOL without any notice.
She's okay. She's back now.
Basically, I had one of those weeks where I was like, nah, I can't do this. I have to let one plate fall. And then I was like, I'm not going to like record. Because some of you know that I try and do like pre-records. And then I was just like, it's fine. I was like, you know what? I can't come and kill myself. That's what the Nigerians say. And then 1 week turned into 2. Turned into 3. So
how many weeks has it been? So it's okay. We rise, right? Maya and you, we rise it as well.
So I know a few people were like, hey, Dad, are you okay? I was like,
are you still there?
I was like, so yeah, no, just to sort of say, I will always communicate. But this season, I think what I want to do, like with content, before I was kind of like big on consistency.
Yes.
So I was big on like put things out, which is fine. But then I found that I was now like with everything going on, it's now like Monday and I'm like, let me just record something. And actually I was like, no, I want like the conversations to be like chunky, meaty, meaningful.
Juicy.
Jan. So sometimes it's like a slow roast. It may take time. But it's
a stew.
Exactly.
And I think that that's even a word for someone listening in terms of just keep going. And sometimes plates fall, sometimes they stop spinning. The most important thing is just to pick them up where and when you can, and just be kind and be graceful to yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, but you know, be kind and graceful to yourself because we're just all existing and we're trying to make it work.
Listen, when I tell you, oh my God, hey, life. I was telling someone, I said, this season of my life, I said, I don't want anyone to just bump into me. Because when you do, you'll be like, hey, what's going on? You'll call people like, is she okay?
But that's you meet people and you meet things at really interesting and weird times more than you know. And sometimes that word of encouragement or that release is what's necessary. So if you do bump into Nat, please ask her how she is. Just ask her.
I'm actively avoiding people like,
don't
come
avoid.
Here. I say, you know, like I say to my friend, I used to be like, I used to be the person who's like, I do my nails like every month. I'll do. I say, hey.
It's the thing. Well. You have to do those things though. And I'm gonna make sure,
girl. But anyway,
see, we're running away.
Anyway,
we're running.
Let's go to the topics because
You were about to become the topic for today.
I was about to, because there is a very serious issue.
Oh gosh.
That I feel it would be remiss of us.
Remiss
of us.
My goodness.
Not to amplify and bring awareness
to amplify
to this issue. You know, as responsible, you know, people, as responsible citizens, as responsible Zimbabweans.
Wow.
You know, some of
and
us
there's
by
not many of them.
Mima by heritage, because we're going to get into that.
We'll get into that, yeah.
Luke Tawanda Philemon Humba. Luke Tawanda. Listen, the lady I follow, her name is Emma Grede. She's like, Luke Tawanda Philemon Humba, and then later on she was like, it's Philemon. So people were like, girl, you were saying Philip man. But
imagine that's what I saw on my so for context,
yeah.
for those that are not aware, one day all of us woke up.
Yeah.
On our, if you have TikTok, and there is this woman who is saying Luke Tawanda Philemon Humba. So this name had different variations.
Yeah.
And basically she was saying that she has had children by this man. She has 3 children.
Yeah.
2 of them are 7. I can't remember the age of the oldest
10.
one. At 10.
Yeah.
And he has been missing. He's been missing for 7 years.
Yeah.
And so she came to TikTok hoping that someone could help locate the father of her children.
Yeah.
Luke Tawanda Philemon. When she came and made the clarification, Philemon.
I said there's no doubt. Because at first I was thinking, because I know like a lot of like, especially Jamaicans who may have Zim names just because of that 19. So basically, this is before your time.
The era when Bob Marley came to Zimbabwe.
Because you know, like there's a lot of there's a lot of Jamaicans who maybe briefly like visited and some actually stayed in Zim, right? So you will find there are some Jamaicans who have especially Shona names.
Interesting.
Right? So initially I was kind of like, it may be that situation. Maybe this person is not.
That your mind went there.
Yeah, because I was like, maybe it's not. But when she said Philemon, I said,
I literally sat there and I said, Philemon.
I said, yeah.
Me and my mum were like, is it true? We really questioned the authenticity of this. Is it a social media gimmick? Is this? And it's not to say the woman is, she could be lying.
Yeah.
But you have to question the validity of the internet these days.
So I can speak to that a little bit because so her name is Emma Grede.
Okay.
I've been following her for a long time.
So prior to this?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's never really spoken about the father of her children, right? What I know, I started following her so she was in London, but then she, basically she was homeless, right? For some time. And they're doing this thing where like you don't have a choice and they'll say move up to Doncaster or wherever, right? So she moved up, I forget where exactly, but it's in the northeast of England.
Goodness.
So that's when she started like TikTok, where she was trying to, I guess, just kind of use TikTok as an avenue, and she was chronicling like their homelessness journey, moving up to the northeast, and obviously like now she's now in a same-sex relationship. So she's always been like an interesting person, right?
Right.
So I can't. Well, I don't know her, but she's the type of person. Sometimes when I'm on TikTok, like I'll tap into her lives.
Okay.
Right? And so I think it just got to a point where she was just like, you know what, I'm not. And she gets like £30 a month from child.
And she's very transparent about this.
Yeah, because she actually gets money from I don't know what it's called.
Is it the state?
Child CMS or whatever.
Okay.
Like, but she gets £30
per child.
She's always saying £30. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether.
But either way, that's dire.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. So I think it's just for me. I kind of, because a lot of women feel shame. Like anytime this has happened, where people like call out, people are always in the comments, what's the other side of this? Which is what they're saying to her, right? Like, what's his side of the story? But I think with Leanne, because she's kind of not to say she's gone past it, I don't know, right? But I think there's a kind of grit to her, and she's kind of, you can tell she's at that point where she's like, I don't care what you say, because she's even saying, look, there are people saying, what's your side of the story? Come.
She seems very secure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's got to a point where you know, I think she's probably, it's been a journey, right? So I know people have been sort of saying, oh, is it? I believe it is real. Like I think it's real, and I know people have been saying, oh, why would you want to give your? Because her whole thing has been like, I want to go out, I want to have a hot girl summer, right? Yeah. This summer, so you need to come and look after your kids. And obviously, people are kind of like, why would you give access to your kids to someone who just hasn't seen them for so long, right? But because I go into her on her lives, like she's quite like she's like, listen, I understand, like it's gonna be a process. All I'm doing is I want to start the process, right? And it will be a proper process, whether it may not lead to him having access. We just need to know, like, what's going on, like what's your state of mind.
At the end of the day, those are his kids.
Exactly. So. And I think she's also doing it for record's sake, right? Because when the kids are grown, you know, they can't have Luke Tawanda comes and, oh, your mom kept me away from you. It's like, you know, it's on record. But I like the fact that women carry shame, right?
You like the fact that women carry shame.
Oh, no, sorry. Let me... Thank you. It's a good thing you're here.
Active listening.
I like the fact that in most... Okay. Forget that I like the...
It's okay.
English is not my first language.
Saying it's in Debele will translate.
In most cases, women carry shame.
Yes.
Right? And obviously everyone has to take responsibility for whatever, right? But then it usually just stays with the woman. And then the woman just like keeps quiet and just gets on with it. And nobody wants to hear a woman whinging, crying about, oh my God, kids, whatever. They don't want to hear it.
Because ultimately you're going to then say it's her fault.
Exactly. So that's why women keep quiet. So I think what I've seen, like some TikToks when people are like, you know, what she's doing is she's, because of who she is as well, she's so secure. The shame is firmly on the man's side. Right? Like she's kind of done it in a way where it's like the shame is on the, which normally isn't the case. And it's kind of like women are normally like shamed or whatever. But I mean, who knows? Like maybe I don't know, maybe he has his reasons or whatever. But I guess the thing is, at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, why should she just suffer in silence?
Which camera can I even look at just to... There's a saying in our culture, in Sadak Nguni culture.
Yeah.
Ithi indaba zabantu bayi-2 azingene.
Yeah.
Which means the things of two people, we don't get in them. It's not to say we don't get involved, but we truly don't know.
Yeah.
Me and Natasha can be doing kiki kaka right now. You'll never know the truth of the situation.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think you're quite right in the sense of it exposes and it brings about a bigger conversation about parenthood and who shoulders parenting. Me and you both know, whether it be friends, whether it be relatives, we know single mothers that have single mothered from when they got pregnant and they have husbands. They have partners.
That's true.
The fathers are in the lives of their, like, are in their lives. So I think you're quite right in saying the onus is now on him to come and say. And it's not to say it has to be to us publicly.
No.
It doesn't need to be to us at all.
Yeah.
But the onus is now on him to say, okay,
yeah,
how do I look after my children? Because at the end of the day, there are 3 children who didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
Now they are here.
Yeah.
And the mother, whether she wants to do hot girl summer, whether she wants to go and do shopping, she has a right
exactly
to ask where the other 50% of those genes, where is that provider? Well, he's not providing anything at the moment, it seems. But I was because obviously this story is now like, it's blown. Literally, it has blown, and people are making fun of it. But I think the real seriousness of it is there's a mummy who has 3 children,
Yeah.
and from what it sounds like, she's been mummying all by herself, mummying with her relatives, mummying with her friends, and this person is non-existent.
Yeah.
The one thing I hate, there's few things I hate in this world, Natasha, very few things, but the one thing I hate and I despise, people that don't look after their children. I cannot stand it for the life of me, because who are your kids supposed to be raised by?
Yeah.
Who are they supposed to be raised by?
Exactly. Exactly.
Were we there? We weren't there. And obviously I know that,
Yeah.
that there's nuance to it, and we can say, you know, when people are like, oh, well, I didn't want this child anyway.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
When you were doing grown-up business,
Yeah.
what did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
I struggle to fail how people can go to work, people can pay their bills, people can go meet the boys, people can go meet the girls, because it's not just men that are absent, there are women that are absent from being mothers
that's
as well.
true.
You can go and do all of these things, but to know what your child has worn that day, what they have eaten, you don't know anything.
But that's why when you meet, it's not always the case, right? But you know, like when you meet people like who are a bit older, and it's like you have no one, right? And it's like,
like as in terms of older individuals that have no partner.
Oh no, just no one around you,
right? Okay, I'm with you. I'm
Right?
with you.
And it's kind of like, so there was this story. Oh God, this kind of older guy, right, in America, whatever.
When we say older, how old are we saying?
Probably 70s.
Okay.
Probably 70s, right? Who it was a TikTok thing. Basically, this young woman, right, was like, oh my God, uncle, whatever. It became like a thing. So where she
Granted, but continue.
Yeah, but where she was now trying to raise money to like help him find housing.
Right, okay.
Like he had a whole sob story. He didn't have this, he didn't. So she was like using her money, and obviously she was like on TikTok. And like a lot of like older, especially like black women were like, girl, you don't, there's a reason why no one is around.
Yeah.
So don't, and for sure, she kind of got burned because he, I don't know, like he was now asking for more money and the whole thing. And it's kind of like, sometimes it's, people will think, like, you know, like in this case, like whatever, these kids, but these kids are going to grow up.
Yeah.
Right. And then later on, when you now need those kids, right, they're nowhere to be seen. So sometimes you don't know, when you see people going through certain things, there's some karma that's happening.
We see it all the time though. Yeah. We know of so many stories, of where ubaba sekugula and there's nobody around. All of a sudden, sukhumbula abantwana bakho that you have kids. Yeah. And so it's, some people might disagree with me. I don't think anyone should die alone. I don't think anyone should be sick by themselves, regardless of yesterday. I don't think anyone should have to go through that. However, there is always a price to pay for certain behaviors. There is always something that will come after an action. You know,
absolutely.
There was always something that, but we wish them well. Luke Tawanda Philemon.
But the only other thing that I will say,
come on, sis,
is because Leanne sort of said, "Oh," because she put his picture up and
she put the picture.
Yes, she put the picture. People found him on LinkedIn.
Wait, this is important. I'm the one saying I'm not sure if it's real. I'm not sure if it's real.
No, she put
There's
the picture.
An image.
Yeah, and he was last seen in Luton, according to reports. But anyway,
what?
I say this to say she did say that, oh, he's kind of part African. So it does sound like maybe he's half Zimbabwean. So I feel like as the Zimbabwean community, it's not fully, there's another side of the...
you see the way I didn't even associate it with our community. I just said a man. Yeah. Because No. Because do you know what? This has been, no. Do you know what? It's been so interesting to see. As soon as we heard the name Tawanda,
people were like,
everybody said, you see Zimbabwean men. This is why I say about Zimbabwean men, and Zimbabwean men this, Zimbabwean men that. Sister, it's enough. If honestly, like, I get it. We have stories, we have experiences, but do we not get tired?
Yeah.
Like, do we not get tired?
But that's why I want to throw us some bail, because I feel like Luke Tawanda is not, I feel like he's
not
half
one of us.
No,
Oh, he's one of us.
He's half Zimbabwean because Leanne said, "Oh, he's part like Jamaican, African, whatever." So I feel like I know the Zim community has been like, people have been like grouping up as tetes to be like, "Hey, look, please."
Tetes mean aunties, by the way.
Yeah.
They've been grouping up to do what?
To be like,
But
no,
like-
we need to like, we need
To sit him
but
down.
but all I'm just saying is, I feel like people, it's like Zim slander, yes, but we don't own 100% of it because I feel like
Please.
Luke Tawanda is. There's another part of him that's and can you imagine Jamaican and Zimbabwean? Oh, what a combination!
I think there's going to be so much food at whatever party they throw. I think, whatever I want us to stay on track with the topic and the matter. And the matter is, there is a father who hasn't been present for his children. So Leanne and Luke Tawanda Philemon Humba, we wish you well, guys. And we really hope you are able to parent your children really, really well. And they grow knowing both of you. And also knowing that you guys, you were able to hopefully restore that relationship. Anyway.
But anyway. Segue. There's no nice way to segue.
There's no nice way to segue.
Yeah, like I was trying to, But anyway, so
we're dealing with things today.
Guys, I've been a pig hater. A pig hater of who? Emma Grede. I don't know if you're familiar with Emma Grede. When I tell you, I have been...
Let me just take off my glasses.
About the whole Emma Grede thing. So for context, Emma Grede is she's a businesswoman. She does a number of things. She's got a really good podcast called Aspire, which I've listened to. She is I believe the CEO of Good American, which is like a jean company with Khloe Kardashian. She's also the co-founder of Skims, where they do like all like Spanx, whatever, like with Kim Kardashian. But she's got a book out, and
she's been busy.
I will say she's done a great job of like marketing
the PR on that book.
Yeah, because everyone is talking about the book.
The girl was on Oprah one day. The girl was in Dublin the other day. She's been busy. She's
been busy, and I feel like there's just a number of things that are happening, right? So her messaging, so Emma Grede is very much girl boss, you know. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because I was like, I feel like maybe I'm a bit jaded, right? I wonder how the message for a younger person who still has so much in front of them, like, so maybe there's two things, a number of things, and this is not the first time she's said this. This is when I kind of went off her a little bit, where she was talking about
this interview was with Kiki.
Yes,
Kiki
Palmer. So she talked about working from home. Yes. Right. And she was saying, you know what? Working from home can be a career suicide for women, because, you know, if you want to get ahead, if you want to be considered for that promotion, for opportunities, you need to be visible, right? So you need to have visibility and proximity.
You're not going to get the corner office if you're at home.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That whole thing, right? So that's one. Right? And I think that's the thing that a lot of people were kind of like, this is kind of looking funny in the light. Like, a lot of people kind of took issue with that.
Sorry, it's looking funny in the light.
Yeah.
It's looking hilarious in the light.
And the second bit, which hasn't had as much, but I want to say it because it links to point one. She then talked about she's married, she's got 4 kids, and but she says she considered herself a 3-hour mother.
Yes, I remember this.
Right, which means like I don't know if it's per day or weekend, she will dedicate 3 hours, right? Because you know what, she's doing all these things and, you know, running companies and whatever, and she has the help, right? So she's a 3-hour mom. So with the whole working from home thing, right? First of all, I'm on a one-woman crusade to be like, please, let's keep this working from home. But I already know that already comes with some privilege, because there's some jobs where there's no working from home, right?
Some people are back 5 days a week.
Yeah. And not even that, but if you work in healthcare, if you're a teacher,
there's no option
whatever,
to do those things.
there's no option of like working from home. So I think there's already like a certain level of privilege when you're engaging in those conversations, and you can engage in those conversations anyway, right? But then I was kind of like, so my issue, right, was what she said about working from home is not wrong, technically. Technically, it's not wrong, right? You do have to show up in person, and there are benefits from engaging. Sometimes I find that when I go into the office, and especially if the right people are there, right? Because there's a part of like just going to the office and your team isn't around. But if the right people are there, you're able to like solve things quickly instead of like emails back and forth. You're able to it helps so much. But I just feel like, how can I say it? There's something about, you can say a thing, but if you hold a certain level of power in terms of you have your own businesses, you are a business leader, you have some levers with regard to how you design and create the infrastructure for workplace, right? You can reimagine what that means, right? We're not saying it's like, going to the office is going to end, right? But it's just unfortunate, like for a woman, right? When we already have, say in the UK, like all these Alan Sugars, all these people that are like, people need to come back to the office. And if you look, these are people that have shares in Pret and whatever in the lunchtime economy, because you need people
that lunchtime economy.
That lunchtime economy is a thing. It is a big thing.
Lunchtime economy.
Real estate, since the real estate is from American, like property, like all the people that let out to offices, they were getting burned. So there's a need to kind of uphold even transport, right? Transport, they need people to be going into the office. So there's a whole ecosystem that relies on that, because literally it's the factory model, right? Where people used to go to the factory, 9 lunchtime, 1 hour, come back, you're on the factory belt line, whatever. And that has just been, that same framework has just been like lifted and put and kept going for so long. So my issue, because clearly I can talk about this forever, it's just like, girl, okay, capitalism and all this stuff, we know, but it doesn't need any more champions, right? And you can, as a woman, you can, oh my God, what like, don't you want to create like imagine a new type of workplace, imagine a new type of culture?
I don't think Emma's, let me start by saying Emma's highly accomplished.
Yeah, of course.
Highly accomplished, highly successful, and she is probably going to be classed as one of the most successful women at probably the end of this decade or even the next. I think her name is probably going to be put next to a lot of big names. She's done really well for herself. Listening to that snippet, I remember the first time I heard it was on someone's story, and I clicked off of it immediately when she said what you were saying about suicide, about it being suicide. I clicked off of it and I didn't listen to the rest of it because I thought it was very tone deaf in the world that we now live in. We went through COVID, we survived COVID, and now there's a different way of working. But I think also through COVID, if we look at things holistically and we look at things emotionally as well, a lot of things changed for a number of us. A lot of us got sick and never got better. A lot of us got sick and died. A lot of us got sick and our lives had to change. A lot of us got sick and we got wake-up calls. Even if we didn't get sick, the proximity into which that we had sickness, or the proximity in which you had a wake-up call, meant things had to change. Some people realized, oh snap, I have children and I want to be at home. I want to see them grow. Some people were like, oh, I don't want to live here anymore. So we all had this, if I can say, catharsis, or these very much cathartic moments where we're like, this isn't everything. So what Emma was talking about with Kiki, I think it's for a specific type of person. However, I will say that there are aspects of what she was saying that still do exist within the corporate world.
Yeah, of course.
Me and you are adjacent to the corporate world. And I have the pleasure and privilege of working with a lot of lovely individuals within corporate setting in corporate settings, across private equity, across real estate investment management, across banking, across tech, across startups. And all of them, be it man or women, just for this context, they want to spend time with their family. Yeah. They want to slow down. Yeah. But all of the women I know want to be at home. And it's not to say they want to be at home not working, but if there is that option, let's do it. However, in that same breath, the corner office that she was talking about, I do understand that we don't get it by not being seen. Yeah. But in the same way, the world is different to what it was 10 years ago. Yeah. So different. JP Morgan, for example, I can say this because they publicly have said it, have people going back to the office 5 days a week, which is madness to me. Goodness 5 days!
That is crazy.
5 days for me to go queue in Canary Wharf on the Jubilee line. Yeah, you're bugging. But then I think we're no longer... I don't want to say we're no longer a society that's chasing money, but I come back to what I was saying about COVID being very cathartic and people having to face their hubris and their pride and being like, I don't think this is actually for me. Let me do something else. I think Emma knows her privilege. She knows her privilege. She knows where she comes from. She's from around here. She's from the East End of London. Yeah. She knows how she grew up. And so I don't think we need to take it back that far and say she doesn't understand it. Emma understands it. She knows it. Her delivery, however, nah. It was, and if you read the comments, you know, there's some women that are like, yeah, Emma's right. Emma's completely right. You know, if I want to be ambitious, and then it's a question of ambition, but you are ambitious. Some of us are ambition about our families, and that is still ambition. I guess it's, you know, how you introduced her, this boss babe culture. Dare I say it's a bit toxic? Dare I say it's a bit scary? Yeah. Part of the reason why I don't know if I'll ever find myself in corporate because of my free-spirited nature, but also because I don't know if my ambition is to achieve and have that much financial or economic capital that I'm like, because I started by saying she's successful by an economic indicator. Okay. But the other things that how would I class her success? Is she happy? Not happy and temporary, but is she joyful? Yeah. And that thing of being a 3-hour mum. Yeah. Maybe she's accomplished in her motherhood by being a 3-hour mother. I don't want to take what she was saying out of context. Yeah. But maybe that is, you know, she's running these businesses. She spends all day in the office, but she comes back to do bedtime. Yeah. I'm not a mummy, so I don't understand and see certain things. Yeah. But I think mummies try their hardest wherever they are. Yeah. I think she's trying her hardest wherever she is. However, there is context to Emma's story and how she got her businesses, right? Yeah. How she got... who she's in business with, how she got her businesses. Yeah. And it's not to say, I don't want to sound like I'm not bashing Emma. I really don't want it to sound like that. And I don't want it to sound as if I'm saying that her husband is her benefactor. Yeah. Because people are going to hear that and think, oh, so you're saying she doesn't work hard. I didn't say that. Yeah. But the proximity to which she has attained her things has been hard work and also proximity. Yeah. We can't deny that. Exactly. We can't run away from that. Exactly. And so that's a really key part of the story. But I was disappointed. When I heard that, I said, oh. I was like, oh, it left really a sour taste. And I said, oh, Miss Grede. Yeah. I said, Miss Grede. No, sis. And she's a leader as well, right? Yeah. She has employees. Yeah. So I'd be interested to hear. Do they have a corner office and they're in 5 days a week? What is their work-life balance like? Yeah. What are they doing? And what is her style of leadership? Exactly. I'd be really, really, really intrigued because I know for some of us, what she said doesn't run. And then we got to look at the intersectionalities of it, right? If you are a woman of the global majority, if you are a woman of the global majority who is religious, if you're a woman of the global majority who is religious, but you're not heterosexual, the intersectionalities and the nuance of it. Yeah. And so when she speaks about visibility, there is a need for us to be visible. Yeah. But then at the same time, if I don't want to be visible, it's not that I don't want to be visible. Yeah. I can be visible via Teams. Exactly. I can be visible via Zoom. Do you know what I'm saying? I can still do what I need to do. And we've proved it.
Yeah.
We've proved it. We've proved it. We have proved it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything. Take what you can from that interview, from that little snippet that we saw. Take what you can, but she's very much, I'm on my grind.
Yeah.
I'm getting it done, and she is getting it done.
Yeah.
I think there's some things that I will take, and there's some things that I will leave.
Absolutely.
But I think career suicide is very dramatic. There is a person I work with. She'll never see this. Who is top of their game.
Right.
That ain't gonna change. That's not gonna change because she's at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not.
Exactly.
Her 7 figures are not going to change.
Yeah.
Because she's at home.
Yeah. Talking of 7 figures.
Ooh! You got someone for me?
No. Not yet.
I'm joking.
There's a girl on TikTok.
Who?
She's got a public account, Tatiana. She's actually like Zim.
Who is she?
Oh, she does I love her. Like,
okay.
She does content where she's trying to save £100,000 this year.
Is she the one doing it with her husband?
No.
No. Okay, so there's a couple I've seen that are doing that.
Yeah. When I tell you, my mind was like, wait, so
she's trying to save 100K this year.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was like, what? And so she does videos where so I think one of her recent videos was like, Q1. I think she's managed to save like almost half.
Stop.
I was like,
that's amazing.
I was like, what am I doing wrong in life? I was like,
what is she doing?
She works in she's just saying tech sales, but I guess she wouldn't like because it's
and she obviously has other businesses as well that she must be running. That she has side hustles, but they're
possibly.
I'm sure,
but I think
amazing.
I think she earns a lot from her
work.
Corporate job, right? And it sounds like it's one of those jobs where you get commissions, like you sell. I was like, wow, this is. I said, that's who Emma Grede is talking to.
But then at the same time, she could be talking to Tatiana, but she's also talking to us. And I think to go back to your original point and why you want to talk about this with me, you have a lot of life left, Natasha.
Yeah.
But my view on life is, I would say, is a lot more, it's a lot different to maybe some people. I will be wealthy. I don't have worry or question about that.
Yeah.
But I will be healthy as well. And so my view on it is I could attain all of these things. I could obtain the corner office. I could, all of these things. I could do it. I will have it. Fine. Yeah. At the end of the day, what will it matter? So I'm very much in my, I would say, I've always been in my joy bag, if you know me. I've always been in my joy bag. Yeah. But it matters now more than ever because there's certain things that are just not worth your peace. There are certain things that are not worth like a pound of your flesh. And so there are some people that are like-minded like me, but they will still believe what Emma said.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks, but if you do have 7 figures, please give 10% of it to the Church of God. Hallelujah. That's tithing.
And 10% to people who need charity.
I was going to say 15 for us, but you keep that 10%, Natasha.
I'm not going to ask for more than what you would give to God.
Sorry, let me even just get there. A man giving you money, would you accept? A man giving you money, would you accept? And so when I say a man, I don't mean a random man, by the way. I mean someone that you're seeing, like your partner. Would you accept them giving you money?
Yeah, I guess if we're building.
Okay.
Like we're together civilly, and we're like building a life.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. It's a very random question. It was just me and my friend were talking about this the other day, but also we live in a culture where he's got to pay for your nails. And he's got to do these things. But then also, I am also talking the other money stuff to say, baby, I know you're going on holiday. Here's 1,000. Yeah. Part of me just feels like I struggle to accept things anyway. Okay. But I'm like, should we be saying yes to a money?
I mean, obviously there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Do you believe that even in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that in terms of relating to people.
Right.
So that's why I said, if we're building something, like, I mean, if we're married or we are locked in civilian, because if we are, there'll be a weekend where I have money and I'm like, let's go out.
I understand.
And do you know what I mean? So, but I do think there's no such. So I think if someone you don't really know that well, maybe you just started talking to or whatever, it's just like, here's a grand. Do you know,
I'm gonna think it's drug money.
Yes. So
I'm gonna think it's drug money.
So I think you also have to kind of use wisdom and discernment.
Yeah.
Right? Because, but if it's someone that, you know, there are people that even just your friends that you've been through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe they come up and they're just like, oh, I've got this, you know, I'm giving you X amount. So I think you would be the judge. You would know like kind of what's genuine, but there is no such thing as a free lunch.
Let's park that.
Yeah.
Let's park. That's an interesting. We'll finish this one off air.
Okay.
It's not about me. It's just, I don't know. We live in a really interesting ecosystem at the moment.
It's transactional.
In terms of relationship, in terms of romantic relationship, in terms of friendship. We live in a really interesting ecosystem. Yeah. But we'll pick this one up.
No such thing as a free lunch, which is going back to the point that I made. Because if you're doing life with someone, they'll give you lunch one time, you'll make dinner.
It's an exchange, reciprocation.
So exactly. Oh, you're going to do lunch, I'm going to wash the dishes. So it has to be, and obviously I know there's this whole thing of like, oh, indoda mast. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
The facial expressions I'm going to clip from, I'm like, the whole indoor mask thing, I worry that it is damaging both women and men. A man must do this. A man must do this. Because we're saying a man must do this in order to be my partner, or we're saying a man must do this in order for them to be masculine. Are we saying a man must do this in order for them to be known and seen? I think a man just must love.
Wow.
And when I say that, I say that a man must just, and so if we're going to break that down, what I mean by just love, they need to love God. And when they love God, they will then love themselves. Because if they're not loving themselves, they're not going to love me. So when we come to saying indo da must, we're really focused on these things that, this is a lovely sofa, but just we're focused on the material thing that they don't matter. So it's, I have so much to say on this topic.
No, I have so much to say as well. And the only thing I think I also will say is, especially for like younger people, I always think like, if you're dating someone who's in their 20s, who's just finished uni as well, where are they going to get extra money? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, this is why I'm saying to you, when you were saying if someone gives you 1,000, I'm going to say you are doing shiga. You are doing dodgy business.
Oh yeah, and obviously also if like there's no discernible income, like you can't make sense.
But they don't care these days, Natasha. The ones that are coming after us, they don't care anymore, friend. They don't care anymore. And it comes, I don't know if you've been seeing it in the press and in the news about, not in this part of the world, but on the other side of the world, about how in South Africa they have SARS. So for people that don't know what SARS is like HMRC in a way. And they've been doing a crack down. They have been doing a what? A down of the crack. And within that crackdown, there are people's husbands that are being what? Arrested, or their things are being what? Appropriated, I believe is the term when things are being taken. But the partners don't know where that money has come from. Hello?
Right.
How can I be living in my nice little 2-bed, let's say for example, in my nice little 2-bed in where? Let's say in Romford. All of a sudden, baby comes home and says, hey, Mima, we're now going to be going to live where? In Essex. In nice little big Essex. I get to the house, 7-bed, but I'm now 2-bed. Romford. And now we are, and Mima hasn't asked questions. I'm scared of you. They don't care anymore, Natasha. Which is why I come back to the thing of indo da must, at what cost?
And there's a beauty in the process. Like there's
friend.
a beauty in the journey of life, building with someone, you know, reflecting on, oh my God, we moved from our little 2-bed to like a 3-bed. And you also have equity in the journey of life. I just don't like those relationships where it's like
equity in the journey of life.
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have the money or whatever, but I just don't like the scenarios where like maybe it's usually the woman, right, who's like kept, right? And I'm always like, what happens when the rug is pulled under your feet? Like what actually happens when the rug is pulled under your feet?
Let's not even talk about the equity of life. That's the nice bit. The other thing is jail is very scary, guys. Jail and court, very scary. And so when the rug is pulled out, what do you then do? Nandi pamakutumana.
Yep.
Nandi pamakutumana. Is now sitting in a dock. A doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And even within that, did you watch the documentary?
Yes, I did.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And so for context, for those that don't know, Nandipa Makutumana was a doctor. Let me say is a doctor because I don't know if they stripped her of her number. Medical doctor whom ended up on the run. Who ended up on the run with a banditi. With a jail bed. The man, she helped a man escape from jail. They went on the run and they are now back in jail. Nandipa gave up her 2 children. She gave up her husband. And even during that time when she was with this man, this bandit, she moved her parents. She moved her parents into big house. You don't think my mom and dad, my dad will say me, what's going on?
Exactly.
Hello?
Yeah.
I pause.
Yeah.
I'm even shy for her.
Let me tell you something. When maybe this will be an offline discussion. Like I've been having this conversation with a few people that in life, I've learned to not avoid the lesson. Once I feel there's a lesson that you like go through it, because I actually think that's the best thing like God can do for you.
Do you know Mbuso Koza said the same thing?
Oh, really?
Mbuso said we must flow through our situations. Sorry, Bab Koza. I respect that man too much. We must flow through our circumstance and through whatever pain. We just need to walk through it. Continue, please.
Because when you evade the lessons, there is worse that is. So me, I'm always like, when you actually get the lessons, are humbled, you need to be like, I accept. Like, I'm not going to evade. Like, I'm going to like learn this lesson now, because those things that happen to those people is because along the way, something has happened. There's shortcuts that have happened and then lead you to that situation. So
something was going when they were on the run. Something was going But even what you were saying about don't avoid the lesson. If you see me going through something, I say this to my friends all the time. We discuss this. There are certain things that we have walked through in life that we see. And we're like, we're not going to do that because we've seen what has happened to another person. And we've seen what our friend has felt. And it's not to say it's through the fault of that person. But there's certain things that we're like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And you're right in terms of if you evade the lesson today, it's still going to come. Bab Mbuso Koza, I would really heavily emphasize people go check this amazing individual out. But he's an amazing singer, storyteller. He does scores for television shows. But he spoke about flowing through your circumstances and not avoiding your pain. Because we like to avoid our pain because it hurts, right? But with doing that, it's always going to be here. It's always gonna be like this. And it's not gonna run after you. Pain is how can it's sexy like that. It's it's provocative, if I can say it in that way. Pain will just gently come and say, one Tuesday, you're getting on the Northern Line. All of a sudden, you're on your way home. And now you just, it's not about being triggered. We're not saying that it's not about that, but it's about dealing with things, you know?
Exactly.
Welcome to therapy with Natasha
Therapy
and
with
Mima.
But just because we have to go, but you spoke about Ubabukos because I saw you posted. What was happening with that? clearly I'm not cultural enough because I was like,
Stop
this
it
sounds
right
really
now. And it's something that I
rich and-
really
yeah.
want to talk about, actually, funnily enough, when you're saying you feel like you're not cultural enough. So not you specifically.
Yeah.
So I was at the Barbican.
Okay.
And there is an amazing artist called Abel Salautwa.
Okay.
Abel Salautwa. And
Right.
he's a cellist, which is the massive violin type like instrument. And he's a singer as well.
Oh.
And it is basically Abel Salautwa and friends.
Okay.
And the friends were Dr. Nduduzo Makatini, who is an amazing pianist, but he's also an academic. He's a PhD. And then we had Khonse Makene, who is an amazing, amazing drummer. I think he's been drumming for over 20 years. He
Right.
does not look, he's not as old as,
Yeah.
he looks very young.
Yeah.
Like the skin care is
Yeah.
solid. And then we had Uba Mbuso Koza.
Okay.
And these were his friends. And it's a part of a series at the Barbican called the Mohopolo weekend.
Okay.
Ancestry weekend.
Yeah.
Basically, Mohopolo is to remember.
All right.
And so the day that I went, all
Yeah.
4 of them were performing together for the first time. And across the weekend,
Yeah.
they will or are performing.
Okay.
And so another big night will be Sunday, the 26th of April,
Yeah.
where they will be dancing, where there will be dancers. So one of the lead dancers is a man called Mtutuzeli November, who's an amazing, amazing, he moves so beautifully.
Yeah.
Ballet is what he does. And he has an amazing collective called M22 that flew in from South Africa. And they're going to be performing at the Barbican on the 26th of April. And when I tell you, I don't have enough words for what that evening meant for me and for the audience as a whole. But I want to wrap, I know we need to go, but I want to end on this. When you're saying that you feel that you're not cultural enough, there is a shortage of opportunity for people to go to the arts. Me and you know this, as people that frequent the arts, there is a shortage of opportunity. But then also there's this thing of how do we highlight these amazing things? Because the Barbican should have been filled with people like me and you. So there's another conversation to be had there. And Dr. Makatini was talking about Black performance being in trouble, Black being as us as Black people that perform, Black performance is in trouble. And why is it in trouble? I would say in a Western context, because we are in London, I would say Black performance is in trouble because we don't know. We don't know about it or we don't go to it. And that's a shame. So I really, really, really am excited to launch. I'm not going to say it here, but something is coming. Yes, something is coming. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'll come back and talk to you about it.
Ooh.
But I guess my word to the wise of whoever is watching and whoever is listening, the arts are so important. And when we say the arts, what do we mean? We mean theatre, we mean music, we mean radio, we mean concerts, we mean show, we mean podcasts. We mean anything that you consume that makes you feel good, that is just, it's improving your well-being in a musical, in a dancing, in an acting way. Please go. And there are a lot of concession tickets because price point is always going to be a problem.
Yes.
But I want to say this to anyone listening. If there is a show that you want to see and you can't afford it, please just drop me a message. I will happily pay for it. Because there is...
Are you sure, Mima?
Yes.
People will...
I will happily pay for it if I have the budget. But I will happily pay for it because I just think there is so much that we gain from going to things. The amount of things that we got from going to that Barbican. We got a 15-minute lecture in Milton Court Concert Hall from Dr. Makatini telling us how this is not a performance, but this is an improvisation. And we've been invited into this room as people that are part of this rehearsal. We got an introduction into Bab Khoza's heritage about how he has lineage all the way to King Utachwayo.
Oh, wow.
You don't get these things. Rarely do you get them facing you. You know, you don't get that type of history every day. And so when you get it, you get it, you know? So, and I have a picture with all of them and I got to, oh my God, I'll show you the video. I got to you should have seen me. I fell out of my chair. And I just have to say a big thank you to Mtutuzeli because Umtutuzeli did the thing that a good person does, but also what a lovely person. He literally brought them to me. He was like, he doesn't know that I heard this, but he was like, oh, I really want you to meet this special woman.
Yeah.
I could have just fallen on the ground. How dare you? How do you introduce me as special to the Abel Salautra? Oh! Sorry for shouting.
God.
So Norma as well, sis Norma and Mtutuzeli. Mtutuzeli, I love you. I haven't said that to you, but I'm saying it now. I love you. I love you. Anyway, I'm done.
No, that's amazing. I can't wait to hear
how Sunday goes, or how Sunday has gone, rather.
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear about what you're gonna launch and stuff, because it sounds really interesting. Because I always see things through you, because I saw you posted you went to Inala.
I'm a community peeler.
So I was like, oh, these are like quite cool things that are happening.
I like these pillows. I fluff things up.
I was just like, oh, but I just didn't know, and I was like, oh.
But that's what we're gonna change. That's we have. Let me tell you something that you probably don't know. Lady Smith Black Mambazo is coming to the country. They're going to be performing at the BBC Proms. They're going to be doing a Graceland. There is so much happening.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. It's such a shame when we go to shows that are for us.
Yeah.
Of course, they're for everyone.
Yeah.
But they're for us.
Yeah.
Because we resonate in a different way. And you look in the audience.
And it's not.
That hurts me because... There are people that are crying for home, but are crying to... Anyway, we gotta go.
No, I hear you. Even like I had a similar experience with Bongezi where was it last year or whatever?
He was even on Thursday.
I know. I saw. I just couldn't. But then when I saw it was a Hackney or whatever, like but I was proud.
Performed at Earth.
Because his crowd was, I will say, 78% was white.
Jabulile Majola, he's going to be performing at South by Southwest. It's a busy time. There are so many festivals. I believe Silent Law is coming to the country as well.
Oh, I love him.
Sister, there's so much happening.
Silent Law, I want you on the show.
I'll drop him a message.
Yeah, please.
We can call him after this, actually.
Is he coming on your show?
No, not my show.
We didn't even talk about Mima's Music Mondays.
We can talk about it another time.
I'm gonna put links, but Mima does Mima's Music Mondays, and she does a show on Extra Radio, like live on Sundays.
I have a radio show. That's what you're saying. I have a radio show.
But if you follow Mima, like all the information will be there.
Everything is there, man.
But
follow me.
You need to come back. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You've been listening to Chat with Nat with me, Natasha, and that's been Mima Lisa Legushe. Bye.
Yay!
Thank you.
We need a 4-hour,
I know.